After spending 50 days in Moscow, I'm going to share my experience and everything I learned along the way. Now, as an American, it's not really recommended to visit Russia right now, but I met a girl in Thailand and she lived in Russia, so...
Welcome to Russia.
Now, the first thing I learned on arrival is that Russia is cold.
This is what spring in Russia, in Moscow, is like.
I arrived May 8th and it was snowing.
Russian children are something else. Look at this kid. It's like a blizzard outside and he's just like chilling.
Actually, I think Moscow last year was only warm and got a bit hot for about a month, and luckily that was in between when I was there.
Also spring in Russia.
Here we have some Russians in the wild getting sun. They're cold winter. They've been needing this sun.
Now, next up, accommodation. Now, I'm a bit lucky that my girlfriend Nika had an apartment in Moscow.
Buddy, this is Pupsik.
But otherwise, it would have been pretty challenging. Like all the major hotel and booking sites, Airbnb, Booking.com, you cannot find any Russian listings on there. Now, the challenging booking situation is because of the existing sanctions, but that could be changing soon, perhaps. There are Russian websites that you can use, but those are pretty tricky to use as well. There is a good hotel website called Zen Hotels that is fairly good, but that's for like a couple nights stay. If you're doing extended stays, it can come out pretty expensive through that. The apartment Nika was renting was very comfortable in a nice residential area, about an hour from center and next to some really beautiful parks. And straight away, I was really impressed by how well taken care of these parks are. There are some really incredible, beautiful parks around Moscow.
Early morning run every day. This first day. Maybe every day.
Like a lot of them have really beautiful gardens and structures and buildings and architecture and museums. Overall, the quality and beauty of the public infrastructure was mesmerizing. And then once you get a city center, it's really just breathtaking. I'll get to more of the beautiful places, but let's talk about payment. There's no Visa or MasterCard, so no credit cards or ability to use ATMs. Really no simple way to get money into the country other than bringing cash and then exchanging, which I did that and then it ran out. So after a lot of research, my next best option was using crypto. And I found a website called BTC24 and you can send them like Bitcoin or USDT or even Dogecoin, and then they'll message you the money to your Russian card. So I was able to get a Russian card.
In Russia, you can order a credit card online and next day they will come and give it to you.
I think this has to be one of the easiest experiences in the world for getting a new bank account. I filled out a little form and then they also gave me like a free SIM card with data, and right away I had bank access. It was incredible. I used Tinkoff, best customer service for bank or whatever that I've ever experienced. And having a card is super useful. I was able to do Yandex, their version of Uber, order taxis, order delivery, get electric scooters. I even was able to rent a car, which is not something I think I've done before in a foreign country, and it was super simple. Like there was an app and it's like picking up an electric scooter. I picked up the car, I took some photos of it, and all of a sudden I have a car. One thing to know, there are a lot of traffic cameras around Moscow, which I learned later, like way later. I got all these messages of like fines, and the fines aren't big, they're like maybe like $5 or something each, but tons of fines for like speeding or little wrong maneuvers or whatever. Like I rented the car 2 times and I think I probably got like 10 fines or something. It was pretty stressful. But if you drive safe, it's a nice option to have, and that actually allowed us to take some really beautiful trips. There are a lot of these really nice like glamping experiences, camping, but like comfortable in the outdoors. And during that time of year, it's really beautiful. Took 2 trips and I was able to book hotels for Zen Hotel, and I actually was able to use a US credit card, which was surprising. Technology works very well in Moscow. Actually, everything works very well in Moscow. Within the city, the best method of transport is the metro system, and you might have seen this, but the metro system feels like a museum. Like it's gorgeous. Every station is just like really beautiful. Some of them have art. Like you could probably and should probably spend the whole day just going around and visiting the different gorgeous metro stations, which is a strange thing to say. And also, the metro system works super well. I don't think we ever waited more than 2 minutes for the metro to arrive. On the time, clean, efficient. Like I've tried a lot of metros in the world. This is the best metro experience I've ever had, just because of how efficient it was, how clean it was. Overall, very good. Now let's talk food. Coming from the US or major European cities, it's going to be much cheaper. I wouldn't say cheap. I mean, I'm in the Philippines right now, but it is cheaper and it's affordable and very good quality. Actually, everything in Russia is good quality. There are plenty of big supermarkets, and as a vegan, it was actually very easy to find options. There was even like a vegan supermarket that was also a cafe. Tons and tons of options. Very high quality, very tasty, and just really cool vibes, like really cool places. Moscow vibes were much more creative than I anticipated. And it's such a lively city. There's so much happening, and we scratched the surface of it, but there's so many different events during the daytime, during the nighttime. People are out and about. We went to this really cool food market at night that was also like a concert. We went to like a salsa bar. I mean, it's just like endless activities and events and things happening. As a digital nomad, I didn't really experience much on the co-working side of stuff, but internet was fairly affordable, and so most I was working straight from my hotspot, either at home or at cafes. We even joined a gym called DDX. It was $55 for the first fee and then about $25 each month, and that got us access to any of their branches around Moscow. Overall, it was a very friendly, very safe, and very easy city to navigate. I really liked it. I didn't really go to Moscow for Moscow or expect anything, but I was really impressed by just how clean everything was, how well everything worked, how much culture and art there was. Obviously, the political situation is really unfortunate, but this video is about the place and the people, and those are really cool. And because I plan to visit again, I'll leave it at that. I appreciate your support on this video. Enjoy wherever you are, and take care. Peace.